Are you looking for a different crochet stitch to try? One that looks the same on both sides, kind of has a feel similar to the moss stitch, and is actually quite easy to work up? If you are, the Counterpane Stitch and Crochet might just be the one you're looking for. If you're ready to learn, I'm Rachel from Hope Corner Farm, and by day I'm a home ec teacher who teaches hundreds of students how to crochet. And let's grab a hook and some yarn and we'll get crocheting. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you get notifications of when I post new videos, and don't forget to give me some feedback on this video. Give me a like or a comment, let me know what I did well or things that I could improve upon. Before we get started, you're going to have to gather a few things. So first off, for today's tutorial, I'm going to use some size 4 medium weight yarn in this teal color. I am going to use a size J 6.0 millimeter crochet hook, and at the very end you'll need a pair of scissors for cutting your yarn free. You can use whatever size hook or yarn you would like, and today's crochet tutorial is written using US crochet terms. For the counterpane stitch, you're going to have to know how to chain and how to extended single crochet. I have tutorials for all of those stitches on my channel, and you can check the description below for links to those videos. I am going to show you how to go through these, but if I go too fast, you could check out the tutorials for those videos. We're going to begin by chaining an even number. Any even number will do. So I'm going to chain 12. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 chains. So again, you begin by chaining an even number. For row 1, you're going to begin by working into the second chain from the crochet hook, so 1 and 2. Now you can work into the chain however you would like. It really doesn't matter if you put 2 legs on top, 1 on top, or if you work into the back bump. Any of them work. So I'm going to begin by working into the second chain from the crochet hook. So I'm going to work an extended single crochet into that second chain from the crochet hook. So what I do is, without yarning over, I insert my hook into the stitch, into the chain. I'm going to yarn over, pull through the chain. Now I've got 2 loops on my crochet hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through 1 loop. Now I have 2 loops on my crochet hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through both loops to complete an extended single crochet stitch. Now I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to skip a chain, and into the second chain I'm going to put an extended single crochet stitch. So I insert without yarning over. I yarn over, pull through. Now I have 2 loops on my crochet hook. I yarn over, pull through 1 loop. Now I have 2 loops on my hook. I yarn over, pull through both loops to complete an extended single crochet. I'm going to repeat across the chain where I chain 1, skip a chain, and extended single crochet into the next. So row 1, the repeat is chain 1, skip a chain, extended single crochet into the next. So chain 1, skip a chain, extended single crochet into the next chain. Now I have 1 more repeat left, so I'm going to chain 1, skip 1, and if you chained correctly, you should end your row with an extended single crochet. So insert your hook without yarning over, yarn over, pull through. You've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 1 loop, then yarn over, pull through both loops. And that completes row 1. For row 2, we begin by chaining 1 and then turning our work. We are going to be working into the chain 1 gaps for this row. Now the chain 1 gaps can be a little bit hard to see because we got a lot going on here, but it is right here in this space. That's where we're going to work, not here. So if you look at it, we're not working here, we're working here is where the chain 1 space is. So we've chained 1 and we've turned. We're going to skip over here to this chain 1 space, and into that chain 1 space from the previous row, we're going to extended single crochet stitch. So without yarning over, we insert our hook, we yarn over, pull through. Now I've got 2 loops on my crochet hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through 1 loop. Now I have 2 loops. and then I'm going to yarn over, pull through both loops, and that completes an extended single crochet. I'm going to chain one. I'm going to skip over this extended single crochet from the previous row and into that chain one gap. So right here, I'm going to work an extended single crochet. So without yarning over, I insert my hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through one loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. And I'm going to repeat that across the row. I'm going to chain one, skip over this extended single crochet, and into the chain one space, I'm going to work an extended single crochet. And I'm going to do that until we're all the way to the end here. So I have one more chain one space to work into. So I chain one, I skip over this, and this is my last chain one space that I'm going to work into. So I'm going to insert my hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through one loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. Now when I get to the end of row 2 here, I am still going to chain one. I'm going to skip over this very first extended single crochet that we worked into row 1 and into this space created by the skipped chain, because remember we worked into the second chain from the crochet hook. So into this space right here, I'm going to work an extended single crochet. So without yarning over, I insert my hook, I yarn over, pull through there, yarn over, pull through one loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and that completes row 2. For row 3, we begin by chaining 1 and turning our work. So row 3 is almost exactly like row 2. There's just a slight difference, so that's why I call row 3 separate and different from row 2. So I have chained 1 and I have turned. So again, we're only going to work into those chain 1 gaps until we get to the very end of the row. Now again, notice you've got this kind of extra loop hanging out here, and that's part of the chain 1 extended single crochet. We're not working here, we're working on this side. So keep that in mind, we're working to this side of this loop right here. So into the chain 1 spaces, we're going to extended single crochet. So remember, I chained 1 and I turned. Now I'm going to insert my hook into that chain 1 space. I'm going to yarn over, pull through. Now I've got 2 loops on my hook. Yarn over, pull through 1 loop, then yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Chain 1. Skip over this, go to the next chain 1 space, insert my hook. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Chain 1, skip, insert my hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Chain 1, skip. So that's my repeat all the way across this row, is I chain 1, skip, and I work an extended single crochet in the next. Here's my last chain 1 space, so I insert my hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Then I'm going to chain 1. So then into this space right here, which is actually the top of the very first extended single crochet from the previous row, we're going to insert our hook into there, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2 to complete an extended single crochet stitch. Now for the remainder of your project using the Counterpane stitch, you're just going to keep repeating row 3. So again, row 3 is your repeat, chain 1, turn, and we work into the chain 1 spaces only, and we work an extended single crochet into each of those chain 1 spaces. We chain 1, skip, and keep working in those chain 1 spaces. Now, as far as a finishing row goes, I don't do anything special for a finishing row because you've kind of got this loose look to the bottom here and you have that same kind of look to the top. So a finishing row is going to change and make these not look very equal. So I don't do any finishing rows for this. I simply work as many rows as I would like. And then when I'm done, I stop, I fasten off, and I cut my work free. And that's the Counterpane Stitch and Crochet. I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you get notifications of when I post new videos. And if you're looking for another variation on a moss stitch look, you could check out my extended moss stitch tutorial right here. And I hope you have a wonderful day.